everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Malpi's Attic. I am Aadishree Shah, and for today's episode of Malpi's Attic, we have Jana ma'am here with us. Thank you so much, ma'am, for giving us your time and being here with us today.
Hi, I'm Ujjwal.
And I am Maulik.
So let's start with our podcast.
Yeah, let's begin this way. Ma'am,
Okay.
could you introduce yourself?
Thank you very much for inviting me to be here for the second episode. I'm Jana Thapa. I've been Executive Director of Malpi International College first, and then now Malpi Institute. So I was there right from the start. Now, if you want to know a little bit about me, I've been in education for a very long time, more than 35 years, I would say, in teaching. I do not teach anymore. I just manage Malpi, overall management. And it has been my pride and joy to have founded Malpi with my friends. And I don't know, what else do you want to ask me?
We can move on to the questions, right? So, ma'am, you say you've been here for a long time. So, from the very beginning, from 23 years now, it was?
Yeah, 23 years here.
23 years. How would you describe Malpi in general, in your perspective?
Well, Malpi has gone through a lot of ups and downs, I would say. When we first started, it was, we started with Malpi International College, which was actually an American institution. We did 2 years of undergraduate classes here at Malpi. And then, the next 2 years, our students went over to the US. So it was a fully American accredited college. And then what happened was, before this, I was actually in Buranil Kanta, and there I was an A-level teacher. And when I came over to Malpi, then a lot of parents came and asked whether I could start an A-level, O-level, and A-level college at Malpi. So we just talked about it, and we said, well, why not? We've got the space. And so we decided to do that. And we were absolutely overwhelmed because we thought there'd be just like 15 or 16 students coming in the first year. We had over 100. And there was this big demand for international exams. And at that time, there were not that many colleges who were offering these kind of exams. And then, we found it was not going to be possible to have the American college and the British institution in the same place. So then we separated into the A-level college and the American undergraduate college. And that went on for a few years. And then afterwards, for various reasons, we stopped the American college because, first of all, 9/11 happened. We had our own Maoist troubles, so we had to stop the American college. And also, for many reasons, it was decided that we would sort of join forces. And then I took over the A-level college, which I had actually started. At the beginning, I was the one who started it. But then we had given it over to some of our other partners. And then it was decided that I would handle Malpi Institute as well. And so that was the beginning of my association with Malpi Institute. Although I was there right from the start, and I was always a director there, and policy, etc., we all did it together. So that's how it started.
So, ma'am, you just told us how, you had all these steps and things to overcome in your career. And I'm pretty sure you had to make all these difficult decisions, to do the right thing. So what was the situation where you had to, choose the hardest decision?
Well, I've been very lucky. Things have happened for me, and normally things don't happen to people. I mean, the good thing was, I think I used to work hard. Whatever I did, I worked very hard. But I think I was very lucky because I came back from the UK, and I just taught for a year at St. Mary's, which was my alma mater. And from there, I went to Buranil Kanta. And at Buranil Kanta, it was a completely different world. And what happened there was, I was an English teacher there, and after that, I very soon became head of English, which was quite difficult because it was, I was the first Nepali head of English. And being a woman, that was a different thing altogether. And then I became vice principal. So I didn't have to wait around for, and there were always opportunities there. And I was able to go up the ladder quite quickly. But then after that, especially for women, I think, in Nepal, all over the world, not just in Nepal, you start hitting the glass ceiling and it doesn't shatter, okay? And I was there, and then my friend was the founder chairman, Deepak Manserchan. He came and he wanted to, he talked about this great vision he had about opening this school in Panoti, and he asked if I could help him. So I did, because they were all friends. We grew up together, we're family friends, and we went to college together. And then during one of our talks, he just sort of said to me, "Why do you want to keep working for others?" And at that time, I had also come to, and that was the difficult thing. I had come to the decision that no matter what, I was not going to be the principal there because of political reasons, very frankly. And so I just, that was a difficult decision for me, because it was a beautiful environment. I was living there, and I was learning so much all the time, because they were teachers, they were very motivated, very dedicated, and the students were absolutely amazing. We had all these really bright students from all over the country. So this was a difficult decision for me, to leave my comfort zone and then to come here and start something completely different. But, I thought, I can't keep on staying there forever. And this looked exciting and challenging. So I came over to Malpi, and with the help of my friends, Deepak, and then, late Manor Prasad Serchan and Dr. Kiran Bhattrai, the thing was, this is one of the things which is so important for students, You make friends, and they last you forever and ever, It's like, and then you network. That's so important for everyone. So these are all friends. So Deepak sir had this group of friends, and we all decided that this is what we're going to do. We're going to take over this American college. And they said, they didn't know much about education, because they were bankers, engineers, doctors. So they said, you're the educationist, do what you want to do. And the best thing was that they trusted me. They trusted me, and not only that, they sort of said, like, we're not after profit. We just need a name and a good place for our children to study. So that's how Malpi came into being. Mm-hmm.
So, ma'am, you said that for you, living the place where you were used to was really hard for you. And so I want to ask another question to you. So I know that Malpi values the parents and the students both. So how are you engaging with the parents of the students in this college?
At the moment, not so much, not so much. I mean, I think, the COVID and everything has made things completely different, and it's changed everyone's life, completely. Mine, I don't even want to talk about it. But the thing is that before that, parents did sort of come and talk to me, and I was on the verge of retirement. And as I told you, I've been in education for a long time. And I sometimes feel I'm fossilizing, okay? Because everywhere I go, I sort of see my students who are heading colleges and all, and they sort of look at me and say, "Jana ma'am, you're still here, you're still teaching." I said, "No, I'm not teaching, I'm just guiding people along." And so I was about to retire, and then, this is what happened. And then I've been now persuaded to continue for a bit of, for some more time. And in the meantime, I plan to sort of have this really dynamic young people. And so most of the things, you know who I mean, there's people like Jyotsna ma'am, there's Abhishek sir, Suman sir, Sajan sir. I'm giving them the opportunity to actually interact with parents. Some parents still want to talk to me, that's fine, I'm there. Some students still want to talk to me, that's fine, I'm there. I will be there. But I want our young people, young team, to actually have more of a say in what happens at Malpi. And I'm very happy and proud to say that, they've been wonderful. They've taken decisions. One of the things which I have always done my whole life, and about which I'm very proud about, is that I do listen to people. And I used to tell students also that you come up with proposals, I'll listen to you. I may not agree with what you say, but then I'll tell you why it's not feasible. But give me a proper proposal and I'll listen to you, and if it's possible, I'll support you. So this is what I've been doing with my team also. That, I listen to their ideas, and sometimes a lot of the time I say, well, how about this? And if they say no, 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 and if they give me good reasons as to why not, then I say that's okay. Because the other thing is, I don't have any ego at all. I just think that I can learn from everyone. I can learn from you. I mean, I would never be able to set up this podcast, okay? But I'm not planning to learn this, okay? So that's the kind of thing, And I think, that's the thing that I want our students to do. You can learn all the time from everyone, and that's what I would like you all also to think about.
Thank you, ma'am.
So, when we came to the topic COVID, was it hard to operate this college in COVID?
Again, I didn't particularly want to talk about this, but I mean, I was literally personally shattered by COVID because I lost my husband of 52 years. And so I was not in a good state. But what I can say is that Abhishek sir and the teachers, they sort of took over. I mean, I was there, but very much in the background. And I think we were one of the first colleges that really ran full classes, even during the COVID. And we managed to even get speakers and all that. And I think we did pretty well. The students were also very good, but the teachers were marvelous, And I do thank them, because at that time, I was not in a good state, as I said earlier. And Abhishek sir was in charge of the whole thing. And they were good. They were very, very good. They kept the college alive.
We're so sorry to hear about your loss, ma'am.
It happens.
Do you have a question?
Yeah, I do have one more. So this is for the new AS, the coming years. So if you were not the principal, not the executive director, what course would you choose?
Not mathematics, okay?
Yeah, same. Yeah, I'd say the same thing.
I just read that that's the most popular subject.
Actually, we're pretty grateful that Malpi, it's not compulsory here to take mathematics, right? And we're always bragging to the students of other school, like, we don't have to compulsory take mathematics in our school and stuff like that, because everyone finds mathematics really difficult.
The reason why in fact, that was one of the decisions I made, that especially the science students, that you do need to take maths, because it helps you with your physics, okay? It does help. And maths is such a precise science. I mean, as I said, I don't like maths, okay? I'm more a literature person. I mean, I've always been a literature person. But even when I was doing my master's in literature, this was in the UK, because I had some background in mathematics, that helped in some of the papers, because I mean, you may think, you take literature, it's got nothing to do with maths. But because mathematics is so precise that even with literature, when you need to dissect every word, why such a word was said, why not a different word, there are reasons for it. And you can use what you learned at, in your mathematics classes to good effect there. And it makes you sharper. And then the other thing, of course, is most of you do go to the US, and you do have to take maths, which is nothing really. It's a piece of cake. But if you've never taken maths, then you sort of say, I can't do maths. But you do have to take basic maths. You do have calculus. You do have to take. Okay, so it's important. Also, when you're taking economics or something, that's also important. You need some maths.
So I think with that, we've come to the end of our podcast. So like Maulik was telling about the coming generation of Malpi. So for this year, the newcomers of our school, what would you like to suggest them? Like, what do you want them to look forward to for our school?
I remember some years ago, some students from Malpi were asked, they were interviewed and asked, why do you like Malpi? And they said, it's a fun place. And some of my promoters were a little bit horrified. They said, we can't have that. That's not a good thing to give out, that it's a fun place. People may think students just come here just to have fun. I said, no, they have to have fun. This is a time in their life when they have fun. Afterwards, you'll still have fun. No problems with that. So it is a fun place. The other thing, of course, I say to every student is A-levels is difficult. It's not easy. And you need to start studying right from the beginning. That's what, don't sort of think that, this is the first year I can play around. Next year I'll catch up. It's very difficult to catch up. because the course is very structured and you need to go step by step. And the other thing, of course, I would like to say to the new students is our teachers have always been told to help. And please ask for help. Because, unless you understand what is taught today, you will not understand what is taught tomorrow. But on the lighter side, Malpi is a lot of fun. You have nice teachers, will talk with you, joke with you. The environment is good. And anything else that you want, we'll look into it and see if we can provide it. So Malpi is a fun place.
I think we all would agree to that.
Yeah, we would all agree. For the first year, it was good.
Thank you, ma'am, for being here, giving us your time again.
Thank you. I was just enjoying myself.
Thank you. We also had
We
a
were
really
also
good time.
really-
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you, guys. I need to rush.